1, 2, 3, 4,
God.
5. And we're live. Hello, everybody. And happy brunch to Minneapolis.
I'm not gonna lie, I really thought you were about to say, to me!
Happy brunch to me.
Me.
That's right.
me.
Today's brunchy is me.
And we're here, the Brunch of Idiots podcast. I'm your host today, the magnificent knight, Aiden. Hello, that's me. I'm this voice. With me, we're going to do this in separate order. We have a Bigfoot. Her name is Riley.
Hi.
We have a ghost. It's RJ.
Huh.
Spooky. And we have our resident axolot with telepathy, Jay.
I'm speaking in my mind, but you can't hear me.
And you may be wondering, what does this podcast do? I'm new here. Who are you people? I just told you who we are. And if you want to know what we do, we have a lovely playlist. Go look at it. I'm not going to explain anything else.
Figure it out yourselves.
Period.
And a final thing, a shout out to my girlfriend.
Wow.
It's Gwen. Hi, Gwen.
Gwen.
Hi, Gwen.
Hello.
She asked for it, and I said, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Shout out to me, because I'm me.
Jay.
Shout out to me because it was specifically requested by me.
Hi, RJ.
No more
Hi,
shout
RJ.
outs.
Oh, I don't
Aw.
get a shout out.
No.
Riley does not get shout out. Riley
Hi,
is
Riley.
that cool.
Okay, shout out to Riley.
What are we talking about today, Aiden?
Fabulous. Now that we've got that squared away, shout out to me, really, for just being a
Oh.
great host.
RJ's like, okay, it's time to take out the Glock.
Hey, look, y'all got one. Me.
No, it's
Look at
all. It's
those.
fair. It's fair game.
Yeah.
Go on.
Remember that word, everyone. Shout out. Anyway.
Well,
It's a secret mouse
Um,
clue that'll help us later.
This is my
Today-
last podcast before vacation.
And you'll love it. Hopefully. If not, I'm sorry. There are no refunds. Now, let's get to the actual topic for today. Usually, if you do listen to the playlist, hi Dawson,
said last shout out. Where did that come from?
that wasn't a shout out, that was a call out.
That was a threat.
No, that was a threat.
Toes.
That is the threat.
Yeah, the threat's gone. You ruined it.
All right.
You get to go
Run,
last.
Dawson, run.
Please get to the topic.
The topic is close calls or close encounters. So this is how this works. I'm going to tell you a little story. I told
Sorry, my
Jay
dog used to
this
tell me.
story the other day. And the close call is me against the pavement. I was a young lad, about 12, 13, somewhere in there. I didn't really know much, but at that point in time, I thought that there was a very pretty girl. And one day,
you were
I was
right.
walking into school. I mean, she did exist, just she wasn't in my world yet.
Aw.
Aw.
Anyhow, I was walking into school, didn't realize this girl was walking out. I look up, I see her, and my feet decide that they don't want to be feet anymore at that instant, right as she said hi. And I nearly went from standing straight up to laying straight down on the ground at mock screw me.
I'm a failure. I'm sorry, All Might. I'm sorry, Mom.
Exactly.
God, I've been falling for a long time now.
That's the actual scene.
There's a
And-
mushroom on your shirt. Aw, I'm a failure.
Somehow, very last second, one of my feet was like, wait a second, I gotta hold this guy up, and slapped down on the ground underneath me, and I was able to get back up. But the rest of my day was kind of ruined. Close call, though. I nearly broke my nose, maybe a tooth.
Yeah?
Damn.
So,
That makes
Very
me think,
close call.
have y'all ever had those experiences where you fall up the stairs?
Yes. Yep.
Riley,
I actually have a permanent scar through my eyebrow because I fell up the stairs.
It is
Oh.
not a close call because it actually happened.
It actually happened. And I was like 3 or 4 years old when this happened, right? I was okay, one thing you gotta know about me is that I never like to half-ass anything, right? And that included when I was basically an infant. I ran before I walked. I was talking at full sentences at 9 months. I was like gung-ho, ready to take the world child. I'm a depressed, semi-functioning adult now, but you know, that happens.
Lord.
But when I was 4, we lived in Colorado and we had some stairs that were tiled. And they went down into the basement. But only the top 2 stairs were tiled. The rest of them were carpeted. And me being me, I ran up the stairs at full tilt with all the might my little 4-year-old body could handle, right? And the problem is I hadn't developed a sense of balance yet. So I would run into things a lot. My head is very lumpy because of the things that I would run into as a child. But in this particular instance, I ran up the stairs, got to almost to the top of the stairs, and then face planted right on the corner of the last tiled stair.
You know, as one does.
As one
close
does.
call from not hurting yourself.
I did not die, but I learned that heads bleed heavily that day.
Yes.
Thank goodness I didn't need stitches, but I thought I was the baddest looking girl at church on Sunday the next day when I had a Band-Aid over my eye. And my parents, I remember this vividly. I'm like, I am so tough. I am so cool looking. And my parents were like, please don't call CPS on us. Please don't call CPS on us. Please don't call CPS on us. Yeah, that was a great time.
Meanwhile, I don't think I was cognizant yet.
No, you were not. You were very much not cognizant yet.
I don't know how many close call stories I have because a lot of the things just happen. Either it happens or it doesn't. There's no close calls. That's how I am as a person. I will say, oh, I had it and now it's gone.
So you will not say.
I will not say.
Close call. We almost had a story.
We almost had a story, guys. But now you get to live in suspense of whatever I was just about to say. Slightly unrelated. My parents, related to Riley's thing, as when I was a kid, because I don't have close calls, I trip and fall into everything. I had bruises all over as like a 4-year-old kid. And my mom was worried that when she took me to the doctor that they were gonna thought that they beat me or something because of all the bruises, and the doctor was like,
bruises.
The doctor was like, "Oh, we love to see a kid with bruises because it means they're active." My mom just like breath of relief.
Goodness.
Your mom was just like, okay.
Wow, look at the size of this one.
Well, and to be fair, on that niche topic, most bruises that kids get naturally are in different places than they would have otherwise. So most doctors would look at normal kid, scraped shins and busted elbows and go, "Oh yeah, that's a kid who likes to run around."
But not Riley's Band-Aid eyebrow.
I look like I was beat.
This is the zone of interference.
Lord.
Oh.
Yeah, well, any other close calls?
I'm trying to think of some.
I have a couple. I have a couple that are themed, but
You
I
can go
wanna
and then I'll
let
go.
other people go.
Okay, I'll go. So, this is a different kind of close call, and it probably wasn't even a close call at all. I just remember it being a close call. In fact, I think I had a conversation with Riley about it, and she's like, yeah, Mom and Dad knew, but they were like, as long as you weren't grumpy tired, they were fine with it. Back in the land of kids, when I slept in the lower part of the house with the office and the computer, there was a very addictive computer game that I would play called Insaniquarium Deluxe. And boy, did I love that game. Not only could you fight aliens and protect goldfish and earn money to go to the next level, you had your own tank that had rare rainbow-colored fish. You could get an alien in your tank. It was really cool to me. And it got to the point where it was like, all I wanted to do was just play this one game. And at night, because I really wanted to have a cool fish in my tank for my account that I had with the game, I would creep out from my room and I would generally make sure that the volume is off, and I would play this game for as long as I could in the dead of night. And it was perfect because I'm already downstairs. My parents sleep upstairs and down a hallway. The computer's not even towards the stairs. Everything was perfect. One night, though, I get up and I do my usual thing. I creep over and then I turn on the computer. And I guess Riley or my dad was on it earlier and had the speakers like full blast. And I didn't expect it. I expected it to be muted. And the light came on, and then suddenly the music full blast, just and I'm thinking, my heart sinks past my butt in feeling, and I'm just like, oh no, it's ruined. Everything's ruined. I turn off the computer, like, you know how you're not supposed to hold the power button until it dies?
Yeah.
Yes.
I did that. I held the power button until it died and raced back into my room. Just kind of as quickly and quietly closing the door as I could, jump onto my bed, yank the covers over my head, and nothing actually happens. I wait for what feels like an hour, and then I creep out of my room, turn the speaker off, and I go at it again.
I've been there.
Yep. I
I've done
feel
that
like
same thing.
that's a rite of passage as a gamer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know Jay might not have had this experience, but did y'all have the hiding the well, I guess y'all didn't really do handheld consoles either, but like the
Well,
whole like
we
hide it under your
didn't, but
pillow.
I did have a old Nokia phone that had Zuma on it.
Didn't you swipe that?
I did. I stole it from Dad wasn't using it. My parents weren't using it. It was their old phone. It had the like marble shooting game Zuma on it.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, that one. That was my hide under the pillow. I got caught, and my dad came into the room and he saw me hide it under the pillow, and he went, "Come on, Riley. You know better." And he was laughing at me while it was happening. And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "You know I can't let you keep that, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so he took it and he was like, "Okay, go to sleep. Good night." And I never did it again after that because I was like, I'm going to get caught.
See, I didn't learn my lesson. I kept doing it.
Valid. No, yeah.
Yeah, my mom gets so mad at me, but like my shenanigans, when I tell you, I did not learn my lesson. I kept doing this whole dance like well into high school. Like did I tell the story about my I guess it's not really a close call because I got caught. But my first 3DS that I bought for myself.
No.
Oh, I don't think that you told it here.
I think you told
Okay.
me.
Yeah, I know I've told y'all like individually, but for the sake of the podcast, I'll tell the stories.
Yeah.
This was around the time period when I was first allowed to venture out into the world on my own with stipulations. And at one point I had, well, let me just back up. So I really wanted a 3DS, right? And so I had ordered myself one online on like eBay, and I got all these games for it and like a carrying case and everything. I had it delivered to a friend's house, maybe like 2 miles away. And I let them know. I was like, "Hey, can I have this delivered to your house?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure." They let me know whenever it was delivered. So then I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go for a bike ride," and they were like, "Huh? Why?" And I was like, "To get outside." They're like, "Okay." So I went out and biked all the way to this friend's house. They had like left it on their porch. So I opened the box and I took everything out of the box and opened the packaging, right? And I put everything in like this travel case, which I put in my backpack. And then I threw away all the packaging in like a dumpster on the way home. I got home, was stopped immediately by my mom, who made me empty the backpack. And
What?
obviously it was discovered.
Dang.
Yeah, I didn't even make it like into my room. But because this had been such a recurring thing with me and in video games, she was just kind of like, you know what, keep it. I don't even care anymore. She did care, and she eventually took it away. But, yeah, I think she still has it. I have my suspicions that it's still in the house.
Quite
So
possibly.
we'll see.
Oh,
Would not be surprised.
dog alert.
Pardon us.
Yeah. So not a close call because it was not close at all. But yeah.
To be fair, I know I didn't have the experience with hiding the handheld under the pillow, but I did have a tablet in middle school and high school,
Nice.
and that I would had volume low because I didn't have earbuds at the time, and just watching stuff. Every time I would hear the creak of the stairs, I would pause or
Yeah.
turn the volume off.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
kind of a similar experience with it wasn't even a tablet. All of my stuff is so Anyway, the first time I ever watched the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, like the first two, was on a portable DVD player in our bathroom. And I would watch it in small increments and then hide it under a towel in the closet in the bathroom. But it was the same thing. As soon as I'd hear someone moving outside, I would, turn it off and stow it quickly.
How
But
did you even get those movies?
my parents had them in like
What?
a box. Yeah, I think my mom had them with the intention of selling them or to like watch them and see like how like bad they were to see if it was okay to watch. She had a bunch of movies like that. Like that's how I've watched the first two Spider-Man movies too. Was by DVD.
Dang.
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
That's so weird because I would have thought that those would be a big no-no because there was both magic and violence.
Yeah.
I guess there is
Magic,
magic in those
violence.
movies, isn't there?
Not in my Christian
That's
Minecraft
a
server.
big part of the movies. The fact that there is magic that exists. I mean,
You
it's
should've
not
seen
Maybe
some
my
really
of the
suspension
called
of disbelief
that,
is so far gone that I can excuse magic. Depending
Well,
on how like the class of magic, because the magic in those movies to me does not feel like when I think magic in movies, I'm like either the Force or like Harry Potter, like
well,
either
I mean,
classic magic or like space magic.
Magic.
there's curses that make people skeleton people in the moonlight or not
I
be
guess
able to touch
Yeah,
land for 7 years.
Make you a
my
fish person.
brain has separated curses from magic. Honestly, probably because of a biblical upbringing. So
I could see that. Yeah.
that I.
Oh, that's so funny.
Looking back on close calls, there was a time I nearly died.
There have
No.
been a couple of those.
There actually have been. Nature and I apparently don't get along, as in, I like nature. I try to go outside. Outside doesn't like me.
Mm-mm. These are actually the stories that I was going to tell. So glad that you're touching on them.
So, one y'all have already heard, but I'll say it for the podcast. This one, we were at my grandparents' house, and they have this giant oak tree struck by lightning, and it was still alive for nearly 20 years after it fell over. So we were kind of climbing on it, playing on it, and we were walking back to our grandparents' house, and boy, was hindsight, I'm really glad I followed directions well. Because Riley turns to talk to me. She gets this horrified expression, is like, Aiden, duck! And I take that as like the command to duck and cover, not there's a duck somewhere. So I immediately fold in half, and I feel the wind whoosh right behind my head, like across my neck, because I had a buzz cut then. And I get up and I look, and it's a huge hawk. That thing was massive.
Pissed.
It was so mad at me.
Angry. And I was
It
like,
followed us and dove bombed me all the way back to our grandparents' house.
and
What
that's
did
it was a
you
good
do?
quarter of mile
I don't
Run.
know what I did.
too close to its nest.
Why me? Why not you?
I have no
I think
idea.
I was shorter than you still.
Yes, you were.
Wait,
That
so
was terrifying.
why did Riley say duck if there was a hawk?
Because if he
Ba-dum.
didn't duck, then his head would be hawk food.
Wait, I'm confused. So did I have that backwards then, where you thought that she was saying duck as a command
No,
to
no,
duck?
no.
No, he's glad
yeah,
that
yeah,
he
yeah.
didn't.
I recognized
that.
that as a command to duck instead of Riley just saying that there was a duck somewhere.
Oh, why would that
Yeah.
be the assumption? If someone yells duck at me, I'm
Because
not going to be
there
like,
were
where?
ducks. Because there
I'm
were
the person that
ducks.
yells what? Like somebody says, or like why? Somebody says duck, I say why. I'm gonna get hit in the head.
You're
That's
gonna get
just
hit in the head so hard.
that's
If
what
nature
happens.
hated you like it hated me.
And that's not even the only time this has happened, right? So and this was all within the same like group of years, right? We would go, walking down in the property because we used to, like, our parents used to own a lot of acreage when we were little kids, and we went to go and fart around our pond, and I'm messing with the cattails. And I look up in the water, and I see Aiden ankle deep in the water. And there is a water moccasin beelining
Oh no.
towards Aiden. And I go, Aiden, out of the water! And Aiden gets out of the water because he listens. And we, again,
Immediately.
run all the way back up to the house.
Because the snake followed me out of the water.
It did.
That's bizarre to me because snakes don't normally chase. That is weird.
This snake was angry, and I don't know why.
Maybe I thought
We
it
had
smelled tasty. I don't know.
Aiden was very beloved by animals for how tasty he was as a child, I guess. Because we
I have
also
been bitten by lizards, snakes, spiders, crabs.
Bit and not
Dogs.
pinched?
Bit.
pinched and bit.
How?
They tried to shove his finger in their mouth.
Okay. That one I feel like is deserved.
Yes, well,
Look,
he did
little Aiden
eat
was a
pizza
menace.
beforehand.
And
But
Oh,
no,
there's-
not the crab though. That was the turtle, right?
oh no, the turtle
The crab
you
I
ate
was just
hot dogs.
holding.
You ate pizza right before you held the crab.
I did eat pizza right before I held the crab. I didn't shove my finger at its mouth.
No, you didn't. You were holding the crab, and then it pinched
And then
you
it
and tried
pinched
to
and
eat
bit me. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
The turtle, I was being straight up stupid.
final close call that I can remember with an animal that was like actually dangerous close call. Well, actually, no, there are a couple more. Aiden was almost gored by a mother cow because
Yep.
he got in between her and the baby.
I was
Um,
told to, though.
No, you were not. You interpreted that order incorrectly.
They
we
were
were
gonna
trying to
separate
herd
the calf
the
and
mom
the mother.
And the baby up into the barn so that the baby could be medicated because it was sick. And we were trying to distract the mom in order to get the baby onto the John Deere Gator thing, in order to kind of get everybody back up to the barn. And Aiden was supposed to distract her from the side, and Aiden took that as a get her attention and move her to the side, so Aiden got between her and the calf, and that was a problem. That was a big problem. Aiden very narrowly escaped that one.
It charged me, and I dodged masterfully.
Yeah,
And then my
you were
grandpa
over here.
wanted to kill me after that.
Yes, he did. He very much did, for good reason.
Yeah.
And the last one that I can remember off the top of my head is we were walking back up from the creek at our parents' house, and this big rat snake, it was a big
It was
rat
poised
snake,
to strike.
was poised to strike coming out of a tree. and Aiden's head was right there. And he was just walking along, not paying attention to anything. And I was like, Aiden, move!
No, I remember this one very vividly.
Yes.
Riley said, Aiden, don't move.
That's right.
It wasn't a yell.
It
was just a very, like, just don't do this. And at the moment she said that, I don't know why, but my perception went up to 20, and I saw the snake right in front of me, and I'm like, and I kind of stepped away very calmly.
I will say, with rat snakes specifically, because, well, not, but like anything that's non-venomous, rat snakes, that it wouldn't have hurt much. It would have just more so been the surprise of.
Yes.
Because I've been bit by my corn snake. My pig mama corn snake.
This one, I think, was a little bigger than that.
And
I was really small.
That's also valid.
It was big enough to be hanging from a tree pretty far down. It was a big boy. Or a girl.
Arrow
Probably
is
big girl.
like 5, almost 6 feet long, and like quarter size thickness. She's big.
It was a little bit thicker than
She's
quarter,
big.
but it was about that size. It was a big snake.
Size. But I was also really small.
Yes, Aiden was like 8.
That's fair.
So, yeah, Aiden
and I was
and
short
animals
for my
don't
age.
get along. Like, very much don't get along.
Yeah.
Did I tell you all about the close call with my cat?
No.
No.
So there was a time when the front door, randomly decided to open itself after having been shut and locked. And I have the camera footage to show that it had been shut and locked, like deadbolt, and somehow opened. And the cat, who, by the way, is not an outside cat, decided to go outside. And you could see it in the video. He just walked outside. And randomly heard meowing from outside. We're like, what the hell? And come to find out, he's just sitting there at the door, just meowing to come back in. We're like, well, just come back in. But like, he very easily could have just left and never come back, and we wouldn't have known for like a while. But he decided to come back. He went outside and sniffed around for a second and was like, nope, not for me.
Hate this. Outside.
Not my vibe.
No.
Yeah, he is very much a spoiled, pretty princess.
I'd like to think that cat smelled the outdoors and went, the outdoors doesn't like Aiden. I'm going to turn around.
The cat sniffed the world's intentions towards you and was like, nah. No, what happened was Princess Cat decided, oh, my food isn't out here.
Yup. 100%.
I did get caught. The close call is that I didn't get throttled.
Okay.
There was a point in time in my life, living with my parents while I was older, that I decided I didn't need to sleep as long. And I'd have a tablet in my room, and I would watch anything really, YouTube, anime. Yeah. So mainly Let's Plays, I would say. Those were very much my Markiplier days and whatnot. There was one night, because most of the time I was successful. There was one night, I did not realize this, but the area was flooding. The drains that we had around the house couldn't keep up with the water, and Riley was awake, Dad was awake, Mom was awake, and they were sweeping water away from the house. And if I remember correctly, the way it's been recounted to me, our mom was like, how could Aiden be asleep in this? I'm going to go wake him up so that he can help. Now, back to my side of the story, where, to me, it didn't sound like a raging storm. It actually just sounded like a nice calm rain. I was laying in my bed, cozied up, watching some YouTube, giggling to myself. The door slams open because Mom's wasted no time to wake me up. Sees that I'm awake. On top of that, watching something on my tablet. She's mad.
She was so mad.
She
Like,
pulls
she was
me
so
out
mad.
of bed. She doesn't wait for me to get up. She just kind of... You see cartoons, how they just yank characters, pull them off the ground. It's very much like that. And mind you, I'm a lot taller now than my mom. She still does this to me.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, knowing your mom,
Moms.
I can see all of this happening in my head. I heard it happening as you were describing it.
And I think the words went from, hey, bub, you gotta get... What are you doing?
And then she's like, your sister and your father are out here busting their backs and you're in there on YouTube? And I'm trying not to laugh. Well,
I think our dad was also trying not to laugh.
Oh, so bad.
I was in my robe, too.
You were.
I was all cozied up.
Bro was straight chilling.
Yeah. And she's like, you're lucky it's flooding, because if it wasn't, I would have your hide.
Oh, and we were trying to keep the house from flooding for like 30-45 minutes after that too.
Yeah.
My mom was still mad when it stopped.
She was. I don't think I was allowed to have a tablet in my room after that.
For like a month. Oh man.
And they would constantly, they'd be like the FBI open up sort of thing. Just random inspections in my room. They'd wake me up in the middle of the night, just like, okay, you're not on anything. Good night.
God.
Sometimes I'd hear my dad, and he would wake me up. He'd be like, I bet he's on his phone.
It's so funny though, because we didn't have a bedtime.
We didn't. Yeah,
It's just-
I
There was
don't
no need for this.
understand.
I don't understand why we didn't have a bedtime. We didn't have a curfew. I was up when they were doing these random inspections, and I'm only a
On
year older
me.
than you.
Lord.
My goodness. Winnie! Sorry.
So, one of the things that my family and I used to go do for fun, we would go out with the local herpetological society, basically reptile enthusiasts for those that don't know what that is, and we would go out and try to find like snakes and lizards and stuff out while hiking. So we just go hiking through the woods looking for stuff. And one of these times we're out hiking and my mom steps literally inches away from a water moccasin.
Oh,
And we're like, found it.
Yikes.
There it is.
Yo. I think one of the other
Right,
guys that had like venomous tongs and whatnot like went and grabbed it and moved it away, or they put it in like a venomous bucket. But we're like, that could have been really bad.
Yeah. Holy moly.
I also heard a story from, so it's not mine, but the pastor's daughter, my parents' church, got bit by a copperhead. Wow. Yeah, so she was at a park with some friends from college, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not afraid of snakes. Here, I'll pick this one up." And she gets bit by it. Didn't identify it beforehand. Got bit by a copperhead. Luckily, she's fine. So
I'll pick
Do
it
you
up.
know how expensive it is to get bit by a snake?
very,
So expensive.
very.
My mind translated that wrong. It was like, there's just lines of people. They're like, here, take my money.
Look, if it's that expensive, I can start selling a service. Arrow, fucking aggressive as heck, man. The only
Arrow's
snake
just
in my
like,
house
tasty.
I will not let people hold is Arrow, because she's just like on site with people that she doesn't know.
That's beautiful.
Dang. Whew.
Have I
Any
told
other close calls?
my story about my gas tank? I don't want to take up too much time, though. I don't want this to be.
Go.
I don't know if I've told this story on the server.
I don't
I
know.
don't think you
on the
did.
podcast.
I don't think you've told it on the podcast.
Dawson, find out for us. Thank you.
So, my old car has a horrible field of view. Like, blind spots everywhere. It's like sitting in something you can only see, like, the barest bit in front of you. It's the stupidest car that has ever been
She had the
made.
TIE Fighter.
I
Yes,
hated
I had
that
a TIE
thing, by the
Fighter.
way. I hated sitting in that
Me too.
car.
Oh, it was horrible. I'm so thankful that I don't have it anymore. But it also you couldn't see road debris if you were not very, very intentional about looking for road debris and potholes and things like that because of how long the nose of the car was. And the position of the seats. Anyway, I was following just a hair too close to a big truck on this 2-lane highway that goes 75 miles an hour, right? And, well, the truck straddled something. I'm not entirely sure. I wasn't sure what it was, but I saw that it straddled something. So I moved to straddle the something. The something just so happened to be a pole the size of a man's fist. And it was launched into my car, my gas tank, at 75 miles an hour.
Mind you, for our kilometer friends, it's 120.7 kilometers per hour.
So I was going real fast, and my gas tank was skewered. Like a javelin went through it. And I didn't blow up. So that's my
Hell
close
yeah.
call.
No
That
action
is a plus.
movie.
Yes. It was very
Immediate.
Final Destination-esque. Very scary, because 1 minute your car is running fine and you don't smell gasoline, and the next minute your car is not running fine and you smell a lot of gasoline. So you sit there and you're like, oh, I need to turn my car off. This is a problem.
I had an interesting car close call a while back. There's a road on the way to my parents that we've started frequenting, and it's mostly normal, except there's one intersection where there's like a neighborhood, so it's like a cross street, and there's no stop sign, but there is, however, a large dip. And by dip, I mean it's a steep dip with a bump that is full of potholes. So I did not initially see this dip sign and was going quite fast. And we kind of kerchunked it, going like mock Jesus. The car sunk down. I'm pretty sure we bottomed it out and then went up. And it was one of those, oops, we hit the roof with our head.
That's
Yeah.
lovely.
Luckily, nothing was damaged and nobody was injured, but it was one of those things where we laughed about it. It was like, oh my God, that just happened. But ever since then, we've always gone super, super, super slow on this road.
Very
because
valid.
of the big dip bump.
I hate those. I hate it. When
Oh.
that happens.
I just forgot about this.
You just forgot about it?
I just remembered it. I forgot about it until now.
I just remembered to forget that I remember this.
I remembered.
What are we talking about? I'm
I don't
joking.
Your mother.
I disintegrate.
Your
Anyway,
mom.
disintegrated Aiden here. Let me tell you about the close call I had on, it was either I think it was the Texas Giant.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, based off of Riley's laugh, it was the Texas Giant.
I hate the Texas Giant. I love it, but I hate that one.
I hate it.
Probably for the
I
same
don't love
reason.
it. I just
feel
hate
like,
it.
Potentially.
For the non-Texans, the Texas Giant is a large wooden roller coaster.
Very large.
It also
roller
has
coaster.
one of the steepest drops in the world, as in angles.
For a wooden roller coaster.
Yeah. So, this thing, right? And at this point in time, I love roller coasters. Go on them all day. And I get on Texas Giant. Riley's there with me. Were you sitting next to me for this, or was it
No,
like
this was
behind
during
me?
my I don't do roller coasters phase because I was
Oh, no, you were just
tasting
watching.
blood when I got on them. Yes.
Did you watch when it happened? I don't know. So I'm sitting there. I'm happy. I'm ready to go. Six Flags dude, like, well, actually, Six Flags dude doesn't, because usually I put like the thing that holds me down over me first, and I pulled it. It didn't lock in place.
Oh.
Yeah. I pull it again to try hard to like really slam it into me. Doesn't lock in place. Guy comes by, taps the thing while I'm holding it, is like, check, and keeps going. I try to talk. He doesn't listen. Sends me away on the roller coaster while I'm holding on for dear life to this thing close to my chest. And obviously I made it out alive.
Well, yes.
So
Never did it again.
It must have locked at some point.
It did not.
So you just held on with your butt cheeks and the will of
I pulled
yourself.
it. I clamped it down tight on me.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say this was the old Texas Giant or the new Texas Giant?
There's a new Texas Giant?
It was the old one.
Okay.
This was like right before that horrible thing happened to that one lady.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm wondering if it's the same seat.
It's not. The old one had a different seat. That's why I was asking, is because the cars are slightly different on the new one. For anyone who doesn't know, the Texas Giant has a kind of a weird harness seat. You're in a car, right? And there's a lap bar that comes down, squeezes over your legs. I'm the new one, I mean. And there's no handles for you to hold on to. The only thing in that car for you to hang on to, there's a saddle horn connected to this lap bar. And that's it. That's all you have to hold on to on this ride.
That's worse.
That's why I was concerned, because I was like, how did you survive that? Because if it's not latched on, there's nothing holding you in the car. And that roller coaster is very up and down. It is all ups and downs. But
No,
yeah.
this was the old one.
That makes
yeah,
more sense.
let me double check. Old Texas Giant roller coaster. Where's the cart for it? Just want to look.
Went in a different direction than I thought it was. 'Cause I thought, oh, it might be the same story. No, I'm just tall, and there's an overpass on the Texas Giant that makes me nervous for my head.
It makes me nervous, and I'm short.
I'm 6'2". That I was so afraid I was gonna lose my head under that underpass, bro.
Am I remembering a different roller coaster?
No, I don't think.
I don't know if the old Texas Giant has the same harnessy thingy.
As
In
the one that
that
I was
case,
describing? It doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. That's
In that
why it made more
case-
sense that it was the old one.
No, the old one did. The new one doesn't.
Did the old
What?
one? I don't
Yes,
know.
the
I'm not
old one
seeing
did.
it on any of these old pictures.
I'm confused.
I
What are we talking
promise
about?
you, the old
I'm
one
lost.
Whatever.
Oh,
We'll move
no,
on.
it does have that bar. Nope, we're good. We're good.
did.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I was about to be more scared for myself. We're good. Sorry.
My sister actually had a scare in the same park, different ride. It was on the Batman ride, and
Oh,
oh my god. And anyway, so we were all riding this. So it was me and my siblings, and we had gotten on this ride. Everyone's clicked in, whatever. They had done the safety check. We started going on this ride, and on the first drop, where it kind of drops you in, her like belt clicked,
Ah,
and it wasn't fully unlatched, but it was not secured either. But it was pretty easy to like hold those bars down because they come down over your chest. It's like a vest that you wear. It's
Yeah.
very, very secure. And there's a lot of forward momentum. It doesn't ever like do any drops or anything. You're back the whole time. So you can hold it. And so we're all holding this shut, but she has since decided not to go on any roller coasters because of it.
Valid.
Well, really any rides that have like harnesses. So
I had a scare on the Titan, but it wasn't because anything unlatched. It was because my legs were positioned weird when they put the latch down, and so the harness locked like with about 4 inches of clearance that it shouldn't have had. And so I was holding on to that harness for dear life during those drops, because I was 13 and a lot smaller than I am now. And it scared the crap out of me. I could feel myself slipping out of my seat, and I was like, no!
that's actually a pretty common problem on that ride. Arn and I have both had that experience where you're riding it and you slowly start to rise out of your seat, and you're like, huh,
Right?
I should not be going up.
And those
Absolutely
shoulder
normal.
things are so wide. Like, the space for your head is so much wider than it needs to be.
Yeah.
So when you're little, your shoulders can start coming out too.
Yep.
And
That's
you're
why
like,
the handles are there on the deck.
That's
thing.
why your dad rides
Yeah.
next to you and holds you down in the seat.
I did
That's
not have my
right.
dad. I had an ex-boyfriend
glue.
who threw up afterwards.
I'm not gonna say what I just thought.
You got a couple
Close
more minutes.
call.
Hey!
Hey, that one was in fact a close call. Dodged
With-
a bullet there. Ha ha.
With 6 minutes in the episode, do I have one time for one more close call?
One more.
If
Go
it's
for
less
it.
than 6 minutes.
Well, here's the thing. It's the one that I forgot at the beginning of the episode.
Well, I feel like you have to do it now.
I know. It's a
Do
close call. So there's one day I'm coming home from work. It had been raining the whole day. And the sun had come out probably like an hour or so before I left work. And because it's Texas in like late spring, early summer, like it's hot out, so the roads dry fairly quickly. Not as dry as I thought they were. And I'm behind this truck on the way home, and in traffic on the highway that I take home is notoriously bad in the area. And so I brake quick and had not left enough room because the road was more wet than I thought it was, and I slide. And I know you're expecting me to say almost into the truck, but no, into the truck. The close call part is guy inside this truck doesn't speak English and therefore doesn't ask me for my information, which is
Well,
great
maybe
because
they-
I would be at fault.
Yeah.
Maybe he was, and just you didn't know it.
What, at fault?
No, like he was like asking you for information. You're just like, oh, okay, yep,
Well-
okay,
well,
bye.
Well, so he takes a look at my car and he takes a look at his truck undamaged. My car, the hood's like bent up, and like found out later I had a radiator leak from it. And he looks at my car, he looks at his truck, and he basically says, English? I'm like, or no, I think he says Spanish, in Spanish.
Espanol.
That one. And he looks at me, and I'm like, no, and then he like gets in his truck and drives off.
I had a similar experience in my first ever crash. I hydroplaned into the back of some guy's, like, it was like a Yukon or a Suburban, something like that, at a stoplight. It was slow. It was like, I don't know, 10 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour, something like that. Because I was coming to a stop for the stoplight and just slid right into the back of his. So we pulled over, whatever. Very minimal damage on my end. It really just messed up my like license plate cover and like a small dent behind it. But his vehicle was unharmed, and he was like, we'll just go about our day. You know, your car's dinged up worse than mine. And I was like, yeah, it's all good. It's junk anyway. And he's like, okay, well, you know, be safe. I was like, okay, bye.
Beautiful.
Bye-bye.
I
All
think-
right.
the idea of just this guy angrily demanding information from Jay while Jay's like, yep, okay, bye. Just really funny. I know that's not what happened. The thought in my
Thankfully,
head
no.
is really funny.
And that is hilarious.
All right. Who's ready for some words?
Ah,
No,
Favors and words.
Not a big
Kermit
list.
hands.
This broadcast was brought to you by these words. Shout out. Tough with 2 F's. Caught. Magic. Nature. Whoop. In spirit. Have a good brunch.
happy
Yep.
bra.
Happy brunch, Minneapolis.
Hey.
Happy
brunch.
brunch, Minneapolis.
Happy
And
brunch.
happy brunch to all you lovely listeners, especially the ones that had left in the first place when I told you to listen to the playlist and then came back and finished this one. Have a good brunch. This is Aiden, and we'll see y'all next brunch. Bye.
Bye.
I don't know
I
how
don't
to
think-
eat my soup now. I'm so
I
excited.
don't think we have time for a cold close because it's
Close
a
No.
close call.
I want
everybody.
my soup, so it's a hot close.
Hot? No.
Hot